Hello everyone and welcome to this video. This is part 3 of reviewing all of your submissions for the Starter Boat Gloat challenge. This is my second challenge. If you haven't seen my previous 2 videos, make sure you watch them. In this video we're going to be taking a look at the final 7 creations that were submitted and seeing and reviewing everything about them. So let's get going. The first one is by user Shorker, and we get some pictures here. So we see the boat actually flying in this photo. Show a detailed interior and a little lower compartment I see just past there with it looks like some seating and cupboards, a detailed engine room. Okay, so we have the user manual: green light, yellow, light gray, dark blue. Interesting. So there's actually some sort of coding, or rather coloring systems that tell you what you're doing. Panels for heaters and turning off player sensors, controlled lights throughout, turn on stabilization mode, enhancement lift for optimal high speed stability and planing. Interesting. Dual throttles are shown. We can cruise at 40 knots at 70% throttle. If struggling with engine cooling, turn down throttles to level where the engine cools down. Okay. Then we have our top speed of 52 with high gear. Nice. Self-righting capabilities, 4-point stabilization, MOB sensors that shut off the engines, ton of rescue equipment, radar, transponder, autopilot and charting, emergency lights, winch, interior, and high-powered air conditioning system. Right on. This is Mr. NJ's automatic or autopilot navigation screen that has been used on this creation. And otherwise, that seems to be it, so let's review. On the exterior, this looks like a very serious rescue craft, the search and rescue boat. The mast looks awesome. There's a radar unit, all sorts of railings and things all over the place, even a nice little area for getting in and out of the water down there. So I do like that sort of swim up area. You see there's things for equipment. You could even get onto the roof, which is good if you have to repair things. And I do love the use of these bent railings, or call it pivoted railings, as well as this part here, which sort of bends downwards. So I do like the use of all that. The exterior looks awesome. Nice use of colors. And even this is like green rather than black, but it works really nicely. If we take a look at the propulsion down here, you see here that there is these, propellers mounted on pivots. So we'll see how that actually works, but it seems to be very interesting and very intricate. For everyone's information, these parts actually are on pivots. You can see here and here and here, so it's not using the modding of parts, so everything is on pivots, and that's why it is working the way it is. So we're going to jump aboard. Back here we got this little swim up area, which is nice. Rope anchor, we got some nice use of railings. Inflatable life raft, I do like the detail there. And you have the winching here, all the winch stuff. Over here you have we're gonna hop aboard and take a look at the parts on the exterior. So we do have this nice swim up area here, and I like that it even has ladders so you can make sure you get up. Now there's a good rope anchor here and beautiful details throughout. I do really like how that all the railings come together. You got your winch here. Again, even this direction, I do like how that's positioned. Inflatable life raft, that's quite useful. Nice little detail. And then over here we have some storage for equipment, but you see up there is a compact pivot. So if we go down to this bit, we actually can open this up, and you have all sorts of stuff right here ready for us to use and access, and then close that up, and it is meant for storage. Now here you see your fuel and your battery level, so that's quite useful. Then you have this area here. If we open this rescue gear, oh yeah, more gear. Beautiful. I do like that, how it's placed. Let's see if we could walk around. Oh, perfect. I do like that this kind of curved bit lets us stand right up and walk. So like I said, you can get onto the roof, do any repairs that you need to up there. And up here you have an escape hatch, light. I'm gonna presume this is for putting out fires. Yep. So that's cool. And then you got this nice thing. So beautiful details. I love this little rescue life jacket. Or life ring, I guess. So there's some equipment and nice little layout. Again, I'm very interested to see how these engines do work and how exactly they function. Now getting into the creation here. Actually, first I want to see what this does. Okay. There may or may not be a way. Oh, there is. Okay, so I don't want to actually take a look through this. I'll get to that later because that's the engine room. So we go in through this door. Even a little rubber mat here or drainage. Onboard air pressure, that's good. Do not obstruct. Cool, cool. Got your seat here. Oh, seat padding, I like that as well. Nice use of details that I see all throughout here. There's a missing paint there, but that's all good. And even the floor looks like it's hardwood or wood, so that's nice. You got your trim, and then I presume if you sit here, this is going to fold down. So I don't want to have it fold down just yet. First, I want to explore the rest of the craft. Here's all the lights. Heater, exterior, exterior floor and guide lights. Interior, oh, nice. Turn on everything, let's see what happens. Okay, so we got floor lights, keep station active. If I press this, it's probably going to fold down the, yep, so it folds that down. Press it again, takes it up. Does it also, yeah, or you sit down and it opens up, so you can choose to have it permanently down. Okay, do not obstruct. We're going to take a look down here. Wow. There's a whole area here. So you got your beautiful little painting of the ship. You got to have a coffee maker. I've been seeing some really nice coffee makers around here. You got a bed here, which is useful. Some gear. And then all kinds of seating areas for sitting with the passengers or survivors. So beautiful use of the painting and the signs everywhere. So there's 6 seats here. There's no seating on the exterior. So, I mean, I like functionality, but that's okay. Not every user does. And I forget where there's seats in this area. There were. Okay, so there's 12 seats in total. That's good enough for survivors. Most likely put your survivors here. And this here is for crew or if you have extra survivors. So fair enough. If they're inside, they're not going to drown. And especially if they're cold, they're going to stay warm. So then you got your microwave, fridge. This is the escape hatch. So beautiful little details here. I do like that a lot. Got heaters and all sorts of stuff. So you could actually turn off the lights here. You got a thermometer. Below deck heater, I presume that one turns on. Cool, cool. And then I think this is going to lead us to that engine room area where we were previously. Yes, we are. So there's even a fire extinguisher and you see your modular engines here. So really cool looking creation. Here's your fuel. Yeah, really cool looking creation. Let's see if we can get it started. Okay, here is the console. Navigation lights, autopilot, zoom in, ignition 1, 2. Okay. So here we are driving. Seems to be quite stable and nice. Now to turn, does it use the pivots? Very interesting. Okay, we need to turn this on. Beautiful. I do like those lights. Just find ourselves. Okay, panel floodlight. Oh, I like that actually. That's really nice to have that light. Okay, speed is up there. Okay, need to find a way to turn this display on. My goodness. And there's the high gear, so we could press 5, and it's supposed to go even faster. Sweet. Nice. Oh, right on. Radar transponder screen. It's actually a nice little fold down. Transponder. Oh, there's the autopilot navigation chart. Okay, so now we got that on. And there was a way to get it to go even faster, if I recall, if it kind of takes off on us. Now turning it does seem it's a little wallowing. I'm not sure exactly why that's happening, but it seems to be pretty stable, all things considered. So, full manual reset trim, pitch trim, roll trim, pitch, roll, Bowser, lift, bow. Oh. I see, that's why the engines are mounted that way, because we can almost hydroplane along the surface. So, really nicely done, and beautiful details, and I do love the way it looks. So, pat on the back for this user. Thank you for your submission. And now I get the user manual. These ones are the dashboard colors. So these are all the things that we need for the dashboard. Like all the information is color coded. So that actually ends up being really nice. The next creation is by LegoMan0320, the CCGS Loretto Sound. And if I go down here, I believe it's a Canadian Coast Guard. Yep, Canadian Coast Guard vessel. So that's cool. We'll see. I mean, I know the user is saying here that it's not completed and never will be. I lost interest in the game. That is unfortunate. I do think, personally, the game has been stabilized a little bit more. So hopefully it's not going to be detrimental. But let's take a look at the creation. I do like the exterior shape. The superstructure is really nice with the windows and the slanted pieces. So that looks really cool. The back, I presume the blue thing is a life raft. And I see that it's water jet powered below. And anytime I see a Canadian vessel or something, I always get excited because obviously, as you know, I'm from Canada, so it's always representing the homeland. And then I do like how this front piece is actually on pivots. It's sort of slanted upwards. I've never seen that done before, and I really think that's a neat and creative approach. So let's hop aboard. Down here, I presume this is the fuel pump for pumping in fuel. And then over here we have a door with an area below. If I jump down here, I see some fuel tanks and some fluid pumps, so that's definitely for fixing and repairing this. Now hopefully we can get back up. We may have to just glitch ourselves back up to not end up trapped beneath. So there may want to be some ladders there, but regardless, if I enter the superstructure now, or let's go to the front of the ship first. Yeah, I really do like how this is on these pivots, so you have a very creative shape that you don't normally find on ships because of that. So I like that creativity and how that's kind of slanted upright. If we go inside and close the door, we got some seating areas. I don't see any lights, but that's okay. More seating areas, and then below decks there's even more seating and even a little table here, so that's quite useful. I see lots of gear all over the place, so that's really good for rescuing. Now this is probably the navigator's seat or radio controller seat, and this is the driver's seat. Let's see if it starts up. Oh, it's unfortunately not labeled, so maybe it's not going to end up working on us, unfortunately. But that is okay. Good effort on the point of view from the user here and the creator, and it's unfortunate that the developers updates sort of messed with the user here completing their creation. I do feel for them for sure. So on to the next one. Okay, the next build is by user Master M, and as you can see here, the boat does seem to be very much a search and rescue vessel. There's a big SAR on the side. I see a big rear deck with 2 water cannons. That's going to be useful. Lots of gear. An interior compartment. Rescue bay, a beautiful picture of the boat. Fantastic. With seagulls. I love it. And then a modular engine. And then here is the bridge. If we scroll down, top speed 90 kilometers an hour, two 15-cylinder engines. Handles well in all kinds of weather. Active stabilization, large fuel tank, seats, 3 water cannons, kitchen, bedroom with nice artwork of the boat, definitely. Foldable bench for increased seat capacity. Let's take a look. Very sleek looking shape. I love the shape here. You can see it's a very aerodynamic, very low bridge structure, and it even has this elevated area here with all kinds of ropes around, so very secured, and I think that it would last pretty well in a storm too. I see on the back there's a lot of seating. It's a big open deck. You got 2 water cannons. Let's see the power here. We got 2 medium propellers, I guess. Technically they're called large, I believe, but there's even an extra large or huge, so I call those medium. And very low profile, and actually that's good for all kinds of flipping over. So if it does flip over, hopefully it would self-right much easier. Let's hop on and take a look. Okay, first things first, lots of seating, which is useful. We got fuel and electrical there, and fuel and electrical here, so no matter which side you are parking on, and I presume this is if you want to have a handheld pump. Okay, so that works too. They work sequentially, so I'd actually suggest maybe the user could put a valve and prevent, well, maybe this is the way to do it, but I think there should be a valve that turns either this on or this on, but that's only my opinion. And there's more seats here. We got lights on the exterior, beautiful. Oh, I do like this rope here and the winch. It's good for water skiing behind or for towing things. Winch up, winch down, work light. Oh, work lights are the spotlights, beautiful. And then if I'm just gonna peek down here, okay, it's gear, nice. Now if I hop in here, ship power is currently true. Foldable bench. Oh, right on. That's actually nice. So they made it like this, and then it automatically does that. So it's like a wall of gear, or if you need to have more people sitting, voila, you can sit more people. Nightlight, I love this. I love the red feel when it's dark. It really makes it easier to operate. I'm gonna close this up. Now, if we sit here, I'm going to explore the rest of it in a second. We got a nice display here. Radio, GPS, coordinates, speed, and then lights. There's underglow. Oh, I like that. It's actually really good if you're pulling up to other ships at night. Oh, we got emergency lights too. Alarm killer. I guess that turns off any alarm. Nav lights. Work light, spotlight. So lots of lights, that's excellent. If we go down the stairs here, I always do love when there's space to store your gear and charge it. So you're not just putting gear in gear, you actually have a place to store your stuff. Okay, in here. Oh, very slick. Okay, we got firefighting gear. We got scuba gear. Welding. It's actually really nice. It's a really nice system. And medical gear. Over here we got our nightlight, heater, and lights down here. Now we got some seating areas. Beautiful little kitchen with backsplash. Water tap. Quite the detail. I like that actually. And a medical bed here. Okay, we could even charge this up. If we take a look what these doors do, we got a oxygen locker. So this is to pressurize, I guess. And then over here, oh, nice, we even get crew rooms. So this is for the survivors or rescuees, and then you can go here, you can get a window, and you get a window here for your bedroom. And it's a private bedroom, so luxurious. And it's got a light, and it's got a beautiful painting of the ship. Well done, honestly, that's a really nice painting of the ship. So that's the bedroom here. If we go down this way, we have a battery locker. Okay. battery charge, generators, and the engine room. So very useful. We got fuel, we got light, engine pump killer, engine will choke after a few seconds, and here you have the modular engines. So well done. Nice little hallway here actually. Very easy to navigate. And if we go back to the driver's seat, start up the engine. Starter. Alright, and space is clutch. Gear forward, gear reverse. Oh, there we go. So it's got some manual gearing. And then you have your fire pump left, fire pump right. Steering. Oh, this is gear. So I think I put it in the wrong gear now. Oh, there we go. Perfect. So it's doing 70 kilometers an hour, like 30 knots or so, 35 knots, so not bad. Yeah, it does look nice, and it even has the active stabilization, which is awesome. Beautiful painting. Overall, solid creation. Great entry for the contest. I really like it. And even here you got your little display, so yeah, really cool. Really cool creation. Thank you for submitting this. The next entry is by user Matt20003. Now Matt20003 has this little ship. It looks beautiful in the photo, and it says top speed 100 kilometers an hour. Wow, extremely maneuverable, good stability in high wind conditions, 150 kilometer range, overheating protection, bilge pump, self-righting, and then it's got features. Got water cannons, rear-mounted winch, seating for 11 passengers, 2 crew, diving and refill, transponder, heaters, camera system, spotlights, and radio and megaphone. So we have to do all this to start it up. Enable master breaker, enable display, start engine, boat is now started. Additional notes, using over 70% throttle will cause engine overheat. Okay, avoid using 100% throttle, especially in high winds, that makes sense. And here they have the workshop microcontroller is this one, which is the engine ECU. Cool. So let's take a look at how that all works. On the exterior, this looks like a sleek watercraft. I do love this sort of area here for the windows. It reminds me of that quarter panel glass for cars. In Saab cars, I think they call them boomerang shaped windows. I do like that look. Then you have the nice paint job. I see the water turret on the front. Beautiful decor on the side with those cylinders. Large rear deck, good for putting passengers on or even picking them up from a helicopter. So super sleek, and actually I could see that this is going to be good for self-righting just because of the way that the shape is. Like a very low superstructure. And so that would be quite good when you're flipped. Now down here, very interesting, almost like an external water jet. Now that should actually help us get a very high top speed because it's going to push the rest of the craft out of the water. So we're going to see how that operates. But overall, beautiful shape. I do love this area too. Just such nice curves. Like look at the use of those wedges and blocks. Beautiful curves. We're going to go ahead and hop aboard. Oh, you could even climb up the curve. Alright, down here. Fire hose. Fire hose. Oh, I guess this is the fire hose point. And then over here is this fire hose. And here is refueling and recharging. Pump out, pump in. Okay. Firefighting equipment. So I'm guessing you plug that into this and turn it on. And then you can use it. Now I know the update broke some things like this. So I'm not going to deduct points if this does not work perfectly. I did make a video showing how to fix that though, so you can go ahead and do that as well if you want. We got a nice rear winch. Engine access. I'm going to jump in here. Engine maintenance hatch. There's 0 battery, so I may have to turn on the power. Or maybe it's just a decor, to be honest. If not, then I stand corrected, but beautiful engine, and even Elephant Industrial. Wow, even has a name. Heater. Oh no, there for sure is not power to this stuff. I'm gonna see if something isn't right here. I'm gonna just turn on the if there's no power anywhere, I will turn on infinite electric. I will deduct points for that though, but I do want to see how the creation works. Front hatch, and you can just run over. Beautiful, very sleek, very nice. Now we got our wheelhouse, and it actually has an upstairs and a downstairs. Okay, we'll turn the lights on if I could find out where. Oh, there is no power. I'm gonna figure this out. Okay, I took the time to understand, and actually there is a master breaker button that I have to press on the dashboard before anything works. So we go back into the wheelhouse, and now up here, master breaker is flashing. So if I press it, now everything should be working. So now if we go back down here, oh right, we got light. We got all sorts of stuff here, and I could open this, and wow, it even has an access hatch. Just have to figure out how to turn it off, and or how to close it. There's the key. So really sweet. Okay, that's much better down here. And if we go now, everything should be working. And in here we got ourselves light. So I'm going to go ahead and close that. Okay, what I see is beautiful decor pieces, lots of painting. Look at all that. Lots of painting all over the place. Now we got these passenger seats here, so the passengers can sit. And I do love this kind of split level, and this, we got some rescue stuff there. This is awesome. Very modern looking. Just got your 2 displays and seats, very nice. Clean even. Let's take a look downstairs first. We got our cabin. Okay, down here. So this got a heater on this beautiful on this wall. Like beautiful details on the heater, and I was gonna say beautiful heater, but that's the seats here all look towards this forward compartment, and then there's storage. Ah, right on. Little nice hidden storage areas. Cool, cool. Forward compartment, which has a front hatch which can let you outside, refill air. Okay, so you for scuba diving. The way these seats are arranged, I'd almost expect a TV screen here. This looks like a movie theater, or like a area to get like inducted into the SAR, like a recruiting office, and then you go and take a quiz after. But I do like it, and it's useful, and it's laid out properly. And down here we got a bed, so this is for the crew to sleep, and we got a drawer. I do like when the drawers are like that, because then you could keep equipment without it being out in the open. It's a very clean design and useful, so I do like how this is laid out. And if you close this door, that area stays hidden, so people that you pick up don't have to necessarily know that area down there exists. Let's see if we can get it started up. The water cannon operator is here. So, not quite sure how to get it to work, but oh, there we're operating water cannons. There's no hotkey buttons, so I don't quite know how to turn the display on. Might be over here. Oh, oh, beautiful. Jeez, even got a logo and everything. I love it. I love the logo. Elephant Industrial. Okay, my bad. I'm gonna try that again. Now we sit here, and then if we turn the water pump on, this camera is looking okay. Okay, it's got many angles of the ship, and not all of them have night vision, which is fine, but some of them do. The one forward has night vision and it has zoom, so that's the one that's important. If you're driving at night, you can actually see where you're going just by doing that. So it's the water cannon and camera, which I think Well, the seat says water cannon, but that's okay. Okay. I love the display thing. I love that. Beautiful. Alright. Engines are started. Now we got our front lights, work lights, deck lights, wheelhouse lights. Oh, we could cycle them. Oh, we got different brightnesses. Right on. Or red. That's a feature I really like. That's really cool. So we can have very faint, bright, or red. I love that. That's so useful. Okay, we got front lights, heater, transponder, master breaker. We have all this stuff on. Let's see how it operates. Beautiful. And it does have a fin system, I guess, but it also uses those water jets. This is a very intensive display. Oh, this is a perfect microcontroller. This has everything you need it to have. From your location, it has all the stats of your ship, your speed. So we're going a nice speed now. And I know it says that it's going to overheat eventually, but regardless, even the throttle's down there. This is a perfect microcontroller for things like this. We got our compass ball here. It does not have an arrow to show which direction we're looking at. Oh, that was not intentional. Well, we could see how it's optimized if we want, but what I'm more curious is, I guess, does the radar work or not? It does have the radar on the roof, but maybe there is no functioning radar here. I'll have to confirm that, but I love how it drives. Very easy to operate too, just one simple button and a throttle. So well done on that. Beautiful work on it. I really like the ship, so thank you for submitting it. Just for the sake of confirming to everyone, the radar here does not operate, but I cannot dock the user for that because honestly, I don't even know how to code a radar. Like, I could probably figure it out if I wanted to, but I really don't because there's so many good radar examples. So the display that they selected is fantastic and it shows everything it needs to show. I'm sure if they take this creation and make it their own and upload it, like rather than for this challenge, they would add a working radar. So I'm sure that that would be added if it was being uploaded as a standalone creation and not for the challenge. But the challenge allowed only one microcontroller, and I believe the one selected was spectacular for this. Actually, the microcontroller they used was for the modular engine ECU, so if that display was by them, like if this is by the user, by Matt, this is a fantastic microcontroller. Honestly, I love everything about this. Just looking at that, you have your full all-in-one display of everything you need to know, so I really like that. If you did that, excellent job. These are the final 3 creations that have been submitted, so we're going to go through them and take a look and see exactly what they're all about. So let's get going. First up, we have this vehicle, or this ship, from Casey, and user Casey says this is a prototype QRV, quick response vessel, capable of 60 meters per second, with basic firefighting and medical capabilities. It has not been thoroughly tested. Maybe bad. It was made as a proof of concept. Okay, fair enough. Inline 4 3x3 modular power jet. Okay, it has a foil. Interesting. 60 meters per second foil. Okay, course hold does not work, but that's okay. It has all this other stuff. Throttle lever doesn't go below this intentionally. Okay, just has some notes on the vehicle. How to use: spawn, jump on the deck, enter cabin, activate electrics, turn key. To drive no foil, increase the throttle. Activate high gear. To use foils, be moving more than 10 meters per second, increase ride height. Okay, to use water cannon, issues may or may not suddenly die. Alright, that's fair enough. At least you admitted it. It can be unpredictable in the foils. That's fair enough. That's just how the game works. And there's an credits to the airfield or engine modular and supercharging. That's right here. So this is where it was taken from. So thank you for the credit. When I look at the exterior, I do love the shape. It looks like one of those traditional rescue boats. But I also keep seeing just the concept or the proof of concept idea, maybe by those kind of tiger stripes. It reminds me of when you see like cars that are not released yet and they kind of put all that wacky camouflage. So I don't know if it was intentionally supposed to be that, but that's kind of what I envision. But I do like the look, and I see the foils beneath, so that's going to be interesting to see how all that works. We're going to go ahead and jump aboard. Push button. There's 0 electric, so we're going to find out what the case is. We're going to hop in here. Now it's quite dark. We need to find if there's a light fixture in here. Okay, but I see some seats. The dashboard looking quite nice. In here we got an open area where you could presumably put beds or seats. And we got the helm. And I see there's even venting or ventilation. I will admit this update is quite annoying that these have to breathe and cause this, like, just by putting air through it. That's a little ridiculous. But it is what it is. I mean, we can't really do anything about that. That's just the current update. I do hope they remove that push button. Maybe for filling the fuel up. I'm going to walk around the side here. Lots of ropes, good for docking. Lots of lights too. Okay, inside, well, there's this hatch too, probably for the engine, or not. Oh yeah, there's the engine. Very nice, 3x3 engine. I've actually never built an engine out of 3x3, so good work on that. Now if we hop into this, it says turn the key. And then we have ride height, which we're not going to do. High gear, which we're not going to press just yet. Lights, oh there we go. Okay, let's turn the throttle up and see what happens. So that water jet is like below. Oh, that's cool. Okay, so now, technically I have high gear mode. So we can get the speed up to 22. That's a nice speed, to be honest. But I'd like to see this now. Oh, right on. Right on, now we're flying. 58 meters per second. I'm gonna try turning. If it flips, that's okay. Because turning while in hydrofoil mode is difficult, I will admit. But probably if you drop the ride height, then you could turn no problem. Yeah. Now there's a ton of spotlights in the front. If I find the button again. Oh, it's right here on our number 2. So you get all that, and again, increase the ride height. It ends up going nice and fast. So, good work on this creation, actually. I love the fact that it's a hydrofoil. That's a really nice proof of concept, and we're just flying along here. So, thank you for submitting this. The next creation is by user BerryBoyAU. I could see that it looks like a truck from this, but that's not meant to be offensive. I just think that it looks like almost like a floating like space truck, but I can't wait to test it out. And it says basically ran out of time, had 3 hours to build it, so fair enough. Thank you for still submitting something. And this is the map microcontroller that was used. So, nice, perfect. So, looking at the front and the side, I still think it looks like a flying truck, but that's not meant in a bad way. That's meant in a really like aerodynamic way. So that's cool. You got a big area back here, big rear deck. I do like the detail, especially like these fins coming up the side and the painting. Really nice sharp colors. And that's a mustache. Nice. And down here, I believe, yep, see the way that it's aligned, it is a catamaran. So actually it's a catamaran setup. Curious what kind of engines are powering this. Huh. Okay. I can't quite see. Oh, it looks like medium engines. Okay, let's take a look. We're going to jump aboard. Now back here we got a large open deck. Good for picking up survivors from a helicopter. Maybe if the user didn't run out of time, they would have put seats back here or something, but a lot of good space. In here we got automatic light, 4 survivor seats, and 2 kind of crew. Bilge pumps are here, and then if we sit down here, oh, there's the map. Nice. And then large console in the middle. I do like the look of that and the nice shape. And if we sit here, we got our navigation lights and our spotlights. Let's see. So it picked up some speed. 35 knots, that's a good speed. Now you do have to keep holding W, so the user, I maybe would recommend to look into microcontrollers where you can have either like a lock, or to have it such that it's always on, like you don't have to hold it, but regardless, even if we hold it, it's not that big a deal. Good turning radius, and I love the fact it's a catamaran. I really like that. Beautiful style on the shape for sure. Like almost looks like a really high-speed pontoon boat when I look at it, and I love the mustache, but it looks like a high-speed pontoon boat for rescuing. So well done on this creation, and definitely thank you for your submission here. And I love the mustache. Last but not least, user Bob Dilly Bob and their creation. Now it looks awesome. It looks like almost looks like an aircraft carrier, like a miniature aircraft carrier. Uses a continuous steam cycle to power fluid. Updates messed it up many times, had to go many versions, hope by the time it's tested it works. Could definitely add a few features, but couldn't think of many, and I was fixing, okay, fair enough. Fixing the propulsion. Let's take a look how it works. It's got a very high deck, so we're going to see if we can climb up. And again, I think it looks like an aircraft carrier, like especially because this is off to one side, so that's really neat. Got some seats for survivors, and a large open deck. You could even land a helicopter here. Now let's take a look at this hatch. There's stairs. Okay. Nice, we got a lot of medical bays, and we get a good view forward when the ship is in motion. So this is like a rescue chamber. Got some ropes, and here is the coal. If we open this door up, wow. Here's our coal engine, and here's a bunch of gearboxes, got a gas tank. Very intrigued to see how this works, but really, really creative, really nice. The color scheme almost reminds me like a fireboat, or like fire rescue boat, but that's okay. Okay, and here we have ignite, and we have throttle. So I'm going to press that up, and hold the ignite button. You see that things are warming up down there. Now I do need to steer it. So I'm just holding the ignite button, and there we have it. It's moving. Nice. Wow. Lots of space, like the configuration allows for a lot of space on deck, below deck, and it's a good configuration for rescuing, because you could also put a lot of survivors. Like it has 4 hospital beds in the front, or 5. Nope. 6 hospital beds in the front, so that's the most out of any of the vehicles that I've actually seen. And I did miss the fact there is a winch here in the back, which is useful. And over here we got a little light for our cabin, got a pressure here. I think I would like to see a compass in here, because navigating without a compass is quite difficult. Other than that, really neat and creative arrangement. Like I said, I definitely think of an aircraft carrier when I see this. So well done, and thank you for submitting your creation. I know it came in last minute on this challenge, and I know that the update sort of played tricks on getting this to work properly, so I do feel for you. But thank you for submitting it regardless, and it's always cool to see coal-powered ships. So thank you for the submission, and thank you for this really creative and cool craft. I'd like to thank each and every one of you, all of my contestants that have participated and submitted their ship in this challenge. There were some amazing vehicles, some very creative vehicles, some wacky, some funny, some cute references. I enjoyed testing and looking at all of them, so give yourselves a pat on the back, all of you, please. No matter what skill level you have, you should be proud of yourself, because I saw some really, really neat things here. So that's number one. So please don't take it harshly if you don't make it to the next round. That's what, by definition, a challenge is a challenge. So you have to have competition. So it's going to be quite difficult for me to pick who's making it to the next round. But regardless, I'd like to thank each and every one of you for participating. I'd also like to thank all the viewers for watching these videos, all of the supporters I have, fans, all that good stuff. Thank you so much for being there and making all this possible. So I do need to bring that to acknowledgement. Also, I'd like to give a huge shout out to the moderators and admins that I have on my Discord server. These are the guys that make it work day to day. They make sure the server is working properly. There's no negativity on it, and they make sure and give me ideas for things like this. So give them all a huge pat on the back as well, metaphorically speaking, just because without them, the server and all these challenges would not be possible. So thank you all again for watching. Stay tuned for the next part, where we are going to be narrowing down some contestants and semi-finalists. And other than that, stay tuned for more content, more creations, and as always, happy Stormworksing, everyone.